Hi, it's Ed here from Hubstead. You should know that something's just happened in the UK, which I think is really consequential. The government have decided to make you prove your ID to get on certain social media sites. I mean, they unironically say it's for protecting kids, which is obviously absurd, because if they wanted to protect kids, they'd deal with the physical risk to kids in London right now and not other cities in the UK. But anyway, whatever. I think this is going to be the final straw for a lot of people, because they're trying to silence people who are being critical of the government. And they're trying to do this by forcing people to declare who they are on social media so they can stop criticising the government. And that's very obvious what it's about. Now, I see this as going to be the final straw for a bunch of people. And anybody with children and a family who are just about protecting their children, I can absolutely understand why they want to leave the UK. And anybody who's saying, well, you know, you're just running away, well, so be it. It's absolutely natural to want to protect your kids. And to be honest, if you can speak freely once you get out of the UK, there's still plenty you can do remotely. So a little bit about my background, if you're wondering, who the hell is this guy? I moved to Romania in 2001. I moved to Romania because I'd become utterly frustrated with my life in England. I was 36, 37 at the time, and I'd been married a couple of times. I'd not had any kids. I wondered what life was all about. I was just utterly frustrated with everything and thought, okay, I'm done, time out, I've got to do something radical, and thought I'm just going to leave and go somewhere, and who knows where, but anything's got to be better than this. And through a series of coincidences, I ended up in Romania, and that turned out to be the single best decision I made in my life, I believe, and everything else is history, as they say. I'm more than happy to share more of that story with anybody who's interested, although I doubt you will be that interested. But it's been a pretty wild ride one way or another. And I've learned a great deal about Romania. I've learned even more about England. I've learned specifically a great deal about how much we've been lied to about in England, about our history and everything about our country, really, because coming to Romania and basically seeing all these is really interesting, because I see all these very cool things in Romania that Romanians kind of don't appreciate. And looking back in England, I see all those same cool things that we clearly had in England that have all been taken from us in an attempt to destroy our culture. Now, some people are going to say, oh, that's a bit hyperbolic and, I'm not another conspiracy theorist. I'm past caring, to be honest. You're either seeing what's obvious and what's in front of your eyes, or you're not. There are plenty that are seeing what's going on now. If any of this connects with you, you should probably be talking to me and the other people like me that I can introduce you to. So I've got contacts all over Eastern Europe and further afield, actually. I've got people in Asia, South America, all over the place, really. If you need help setting up a company, for a lawyer, an accountant, to buy some land, buy a house, just find some other contacts, you can come to me and ask me, because if I don't know the answer myself, I will surely know someone who can be trusted who does know the answer. So I don't refer people for a percentage, not with property agents, lawyers, accountants, anything like that. I recommend people who I believe in, and I also wrap that with instructions on how to deal with that particular person, which I can't tell you how important that is. So this is why we need a €10 a month subscription, because it's the only way that we make money from this at the moment, apart from people who are actually buying into the off-grid automated community, but that is very niche. So yeah, if that all sounds interesting to you, get in touch. Bye for now.